our vacation has started, so me and my sister Rinu have planned to take care of our plants by repotting them, by taking the weeds out and giving them all the required plant care. So Rinu, now let's first pull out the weeds of the plants, okay? Are you ready? Yes. So Rinu, do you know why we are pulling out the weeds? Because weeds suck out all the nutrients which we provide to the main plant, and it takes all the strength needed for the main plant, and so that the main plant, what happens to it is that it becomes weaker and it gets withered, whereas the weed grows healthier and stronger. So we pull out the unwanted plant out so that our main plant gets all the required nutrients.
Okay.
So let's pull out.
Yes.
So Renu, can you distinguish between the weed plant and the main plant?
No, I am not able to. They look similar.
So I'll tell you. See, as you have mentioned, they look similar, both the weed and our main plant. So this is our weed plant.
Okay.
And this is our basil plant, tulsi.
Okay.
So this is our weed plant. So let's now remove our unwanted weed plant, which is taking away all the nutrients required for our basil plant. See this one. Pull out, Renu. So from this one pot we have collected these many weeds, we have pulled them out. So these weeds were sucking out all the strength of our main plant, and you can see that this was our mother plant, the basil plant, which has withered out because of the weeds. But nature has done its role in again giving rebirth to the same plant by the seed dispersal. The seeds of the same plant went into the soil, and again you can see that small sprouts of basil plants, you can see here, they are growing. They are tender plants. So to give support, we'll be tying this to the mother plant so that it is being reused. Instead of throwing this mother plant away, we are using it as a support system. So with this thread we can tie this along. So Renu, now let's collect all our weeds in one bin, so that later we can use it as compost.
Okay. Akka, we have saved one plant. So let's save other plants too.
Sure, Renu. So many a times for the namesake of pulling out the weeds, we just pull out, and here you can see that the weed has come out without the roots, because the roots are still inside the soil, and we think that the job is done. But what happens next is, again there are chances of the weed to grow back. So the reason why we have got the weed without the root is that the soil is hardened here. So let's do a technique here. Let's add a little bit of water and leave it for some time so that the soil gets softened, and we can easily pull out the weeds along with the roots. Otherwise, after the soil is softened, you can even use garden tools like this. Using these also you can pull out the weeds along with the roots. Now let's pour the water and soften the soil. So after pouring the water, some time is done. Now let's pull out the weeds. So now with this technique we are able to pull out the weeds along with the roots. Today our mom has joined in our gardening, so our mom is teaching us all the steps in gardening, how to take care of the plants. All of us want to park our vehicles under the shade of trees, but none of us wants to plant the trees or at least take care or pour some water to the trees which are planted by the roadside. And politicians during the time of elections, for their campaigning, for the namesake of votes, they plant the saplings and they go. But who is taking care of it? Very few take initiative and pour water to it and make it grow. So let us all join hands and grow the plants, take care of it, nurture it, so that in future many will be benefited from the plants. See how many plants we have lost here.
Akka, we have tied a net too.
In spite of that net, still because of the prevailing heat, our plants are dried up here. Now let's replant our plants.
Yes.
So we started gardening around the time 8:30. Now the sun is overhead and it is 12:30. So we have taken out the weeds, we have repotted the plants, we have made our vertical garden even more beautiful, and we have arranged the plants all well, and we have taken out the dried leaves. So we have groomed our plants well, and they are all looking so elegant and beautiful. So this was a very beautiful learning experience, and also I was able to teach my younger sister. So this is how we utilize our summer vacation. Hope you'll also be utilizing your vacations in a meaningful manner.